Yes, thank you. Hi, Pygrunn. I hope I pronounced it correctly. Maybe somebody tricked me today, but I really tried. And yes, I'm Ukrainian. I'm from Dnipro city. And in my city, native city, we have this type of snacks. And I participated in EuroPython last year. And during this conference, you can see snacks exchange. Because we are from different countries, we can collect our snacks and exchange. But you are not prepared, that's why snacks only from my side, but be worried. Attention. 1, 2. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, sorry, we have one more. So raise your hand super quickly. Yeah, you are welcome. And my name is tricky. My name is Ruslan. So just to remember, this is largest military transport aircraft in service. Historically, we have even bigger, Mria, but Russia totally destroyed this one. So in service, now it's the biggest. And name of this airplane, the same as me, Ruslan. And why this topic? Because I sent multiple proposals, for example, about temporal workflow manager or about developer experience, but decided to select this one, football analytics, because we are in Netherlands and maybe somebody forget about father of total football, Rinus Michels. Maybe for some reason you believe father of total football is Johan Cruyff, but it's not true. Johan Cruyff played in Rinus Michels' team in Ajax here in Netherlands, and Johan Cruyff is godfather of Tiki Taka in Barcelona, because in recent career, Johan Cruyff worked as coach in Barcelona in Spain. And it's not all ideas why this topic exactly here today. We will use SportMonks API today. I'm not affiliated with this company maybe yet. If you're from this company, just talk to me after the conference. And SportMonks also located in Netherlands. So collecting all this fact, we should talk today about football analytics in this great country and city. And football analytics becoming more and more popular. Let's check some pics here. And question to you, can you explain why we have so huge peak last summer, summer 25? Maybe some event happened last year during the summer. 1, 2, 3. Club World Cup 2025 in US. Because historically, sport analytics started in US from baseball next to American football. And now they are super excited about football analytics. And today we will use football as our classic football, not American football. And during this talk, I will super quickly recap Statsbomb, SportMonks, because it's more advanced topic, second level of this topic. And next I will demo how it works in practice and some closing slides for you. If you have your laptops, mobile devices, you can download slides just right now, because we will have too much Python code and you can just easily go through this Python code. So shortcut, it's tinyurl.com/Hrun26, or you can just use QR code. Let's give you seconds more. 1, 2, 3. Super. Statsbomb recap. We can navigate to GitHub and we will find open data. Absolutely free repository with a lot of football data. I hope you check description for this talk and you understand we will talk about Germany football national team today. And in open data, we can find competition.json file and just list all competition. And competitions, for example, UEFA Euro 2024 or FIFA World Cup 2022. And this 2022-2024, it's season. That's why in practice we need to find competition ID and we need to find season ID. And we will find it in matches folder. Also, we have two separate folders, event and line drafts, and we need to have our match ID to be able to collect more data statistics about this match. And it's just JSON file, so that's how it looks, competition.json, and it's raw JSON file. We can find country name, competition ID, season ID, and next navigate to match ID. And we will talk more today about Sportmonks because we're in Netherlands, so we just sure to talk. And unfortunately, in free Sportmonks subscription, we will find only 4 leagues. And in practice, it's just 2 countries, Denmark and Scotland. But today we want to analyze not football clubs, we want to analyze national football team. That's why we can select international tournament subscription. We need to select all in. It's a little bit more expensive because we also want to check XG and pressure index today. But absolutely no worry. As you can see, if you have a reminder in your mobile phone, you can set up a reminder and really decide, do you want to pay for this subscription in the future or not? Because without reminder, you will pay. You just probably, as me, absolutely forget to decline this subscription. And API, it's a little bit noisy, I can say. That's why I can strongly recommend to use any LLM you prefer, just to check where exact metric statistic located in API. Because we can find statistics here, and we can find statistics here. And for example, goal substitution, yellow card, located in event data, however, corner located in timeline data. So for me personally, it's a little bit tricky. But LLM absolutely help us to collect all this data. And in practice, we need to use our token. This one I have already exposed, so no worry, you can use today. And we need to find our match ID, for example, this one for Aberdeen against Ross country. And next, super important trick, by default, you cannot see too much interesting data to analyze as football analyst. That's why we need to remember to enrich response with include request parameter. So here in our params, you can see include, and we can add all this additional include request parameter to see much more data. And the list of these include options, it's huge. That's why, again, I can strongly recommend to use LLM to quickly check exactly where data you're interested in located in API. Now we are going to demo, but before demo, we need to explain few important terminology, I can say. We will analyze today German national football team, as I put to description, and we will analyze Nagelsmann key principle. So Nagelsmann is coach of German national football team, and I try to explain these key principles to validate as gegenpressing intensity, attacking aggressiveness, and defensive compactness. You may decide your own principles to validate. Idea of this talk, it's not only collect the statistic data like XG, do we have low or high for one concrete match, but also validate some ideas of coach and just prove, is really our footballs playing and following these principles, or we just have very expensive, talented players, and that's why, as coach, we are winning all match. And I will just try to do it, and quick spoiler for you, if you need super quickly or earlier leave this room, we cannot, in practice, prove with data, because football is much more than only statistics and number. So for me, it's also super excited to go deeper and deeper to understand what type of extra data we can collect to prove some key principles of famous coaches like Nagelsmann. Another keyword important for today is PPDA? Please quickly raise your hand if you're familiar with PPDA. Oh, surprise, it's the first edition of the talk when I have in the room, not one, not two, 3% people familiar with PPDA. So main idea in one sentence, how hard we press without the ball. So pressing with ball, it's easier. Yeah, we can see our opponent, let's go forward with ball, not go back. But without ball, in this case, we measure PPDA. And formula, it's a little bit complicated. We want to collect opponent completed passes and next divide our defensive actions. And tricky part is how to define defensive actions. For example, it can be fouls, duels, etc. In this case, we will use this list. And as you can expect, lower PPDA means more aggressive pressing. So we will check for lower PPDA in our data. And higher PPDA, it's more passive block. If you want to learn more about this total football gegenpressing, I can recommend to spend 5-7 minutes of your time and just exactly check third season of Ted Lasso series and episode number 7. And if for some reason you never started to watch this series, please skip second season and save your time. First season, third season, and this summer we will expect fourth season of Ted Lasso. So during this episode, you will collect all basic information about total football. Also, Cruyff will be mentioned in this video. So Ajax, Netherlands national football team. So I can strongly recommend. And also, idea for this talk, it's a little bit inspire, motivate you to check IT positions in football analytics. And one day in the past, somebody just asked me, can you mention your favorite domain in IT if you can select? For example, as of now, I'm working in FMCG domain, like customer goods. Maybe you like to work in automotive or sped bettings, etc. And I'm decided, yeah, it will be great to work in IT, in sport domain, ideally football domain. And so if you also thinking about this one, you can check this quick article, how to get started in football analytics. This one, it's from Statsbomb, but in practice, we can find agenda or timeline, what topics ideally we should better understand to become a football analyst with IT background, and next with your favorite agent like Chat GPT, you can just prepare your own timeline and topics you want to check. So you don't need to purchase nothing from Statsbomb, but at least you can extremely quick in 7 minutes understand what we have inside football analytics. And for today, I prepared my Python code in Jupyter Notebooks format, and it's publicly available in Football Analytics Pygrunn 2026 repository. So if you have your mobile devices, laptops, you can follow me. So as of now, I will change to duplicate. And in this repository, we will find notebooks for StartMonks and notebooks for StatBombs. And let's start with easiest one, smallest one, StatBombs, because we will use. Oh, it's not a repo. No worries, my fault. We will start with StatBombs because, as you remember, it's just JSON files, and because it's more advanced 2.0.1 version of my talk, all basic information how to work, deal with API, collect data, clean up data, you can find in for first 10 no, in this case, 8, sorry, 8 notebooks. And today, quickly, we will just check Germany national team. Yeah, and surprisingly, it even works. And main idea, we want to collect from Statsbomb JSON files our statistics and calculate, process some metrics. For example, XG or compactness median in defense. And next we can just trying to compare, can we see something in this data to prove idea. And in practice, not too much, yeah? As you remember, this value should be low, probably, yeah. But against Scotland, we cannot prove this data, but maybe just quickly check in charts. We can compare XG to our pressures, and also we cannot see dependency between this chart. And reason, because in Statsbomb free data, we have only matches all from World Cup 2022 or from UEFA Euro 2024. And Germany played only 5 matches, 3 in the group, round of 16, yep, and quarter final against Spain. So Germany, yeah, it's just not enough data. That's why we will jump to Sportmonks. It should be this one. And again, from 1 to 10 without 201, you will find basic notebooks, how to process this data, clean up data from Sportmonks. And this time we will use API to collect this data. And we will analyze 25 matches, because we can also analyze World Cup 2026 this summer qualification. And we can analyze UEFA Nations League. And maybe you remember, or even absolutely not aware, but Germany progressed well during Euro 2024, and only Kukurea effect, that's why Germany lose finally title. Progress not so well during Nations League, and progress extremely well during World Cup 2026 qualification. And let's start with gegenpressing, and we little bit talk already about PPDA. So main idea, let's try to prove this hypothesis, key principle from Nagelsmann, gegenpressing with PPDA. Let's calculate and check in this data frame, we will find all metrics. We can easily collect from Sportmonks, or we can calculate like PPDA for us. And next we can try just to prepare visualization to better understand. And you may ask why we have only 4 endpoints for Euro 2026, because in practice, that's how it looks in API. My idea was, okay, in total, I should have 25 matches. Yeah, let's progress with all this data, and next check, like, let's name it unit test. It should be 25. Yeah, it's 25, but in practice, we are losing 1 match from Euro 24, and probably have 1 friendship match tagged as Nations League 25 or World Cup qualification 2026. And I've decided do not touch this morning source code, at least this place of source code. That's why today we will use only 4 data points for Euro 2026. And you may see this outlier. And one more time, you remember we are expecting low values of PPDA. It's mean high level of PPDA and high level of gegenpressing. And it's hard to find any dependency. This match was again Denmark, yep, and Germany won this match to, no, yeah, thank you so much. Question to you, maybe you can see some dependencies in this data to prove this one. If yes, please talk to me after the talk. I will move to another principle we decided to check today. It's attacking aggressiveness. And we will check, for example, XG, and also we will calculate shots per possession not held. And let's just quickly move through this code and check our visualization. And again, we can see some outliers in this data, and range is extremely huge. So it's hard to prove the Nagelsmann team playing during tournament, because I've decided to use data from tournament because it's like one run. We don't have breaks as, for example, football clubs between Euro Cups and national championship. Yeah, so it's not enough yep, to just collect data and prepare metrics to prove. And we have one more for today. It's defensive compactness. And ideally, some data providers are using video stream to analyze position coordinates of player in the ball. So for this exercise, ideally, we should use this type of providers and data and just analyze videos streams. I've decided to use only SportMonks API. So it's not ideal scenario to analyze. And here we can see again huge range between defense action over time in 3 competition: Euro 2024, Nation League 25, and World Cup qualification 2025. Let's quickly move to pitch deck. Just one moment. And as you remember, you can find this Jupyter notebooks and spend your time to better understand how to collect, process, and validate key principles in GitHub. If you want to contact me after the conference, you can use this slide and just click on it. And no worries, hire me, it's just my spam filter. When I change contact me to hire me, I extremely decrease number of spam messages. It works extremely well. And because I'm Ukrainian, I should kindly ask you to consider to support Ukraine during this hard time. And I can recommend most mature, trustable Comeback Alive Foundation, because, just one moment, let me find laser point, we can support Army of Ukraine directly. So Ukrainian business supporting the fund, for example, salaries for people to work during years and years, we can directly support Ukrainian army, and it's fully transparent on the website. Immediately you can see your transaction and next understand how fund uses money. If for some reason you still need time to download slides, you can find this QR code and short link. And now I am ready to questions, and also no worries. After the talk, you can address more questions, and I will pre-answer one because it's super popular all the time after this talk. Do I use this data for sport betting? No, but I can recommend to use Python for stock market, I can say, betting. It's much better, and you can expect much more adrenaline for this rather than sport bettings. And just delivering mic.
Thank you very much, Ruslan.